Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to War on the Sea, a new game out by Killerfish Games, the developers of Atlantic Fleet and Cold Waters. And in this episode, this is episode number 15 of our series, playing through the Guadalcanal or Operation Watchtower campaign from the Allied perspective. In this episode, we are going to be forming up a very large surface task force with a lot of anti-aircraft weaponry and try and run it into Guadalcanal and do a bombardment to reduce the effectiveness of that enemy airfield. With that being said, this was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel. These ships are already in motion, and we will see quite a bit of action in this particular episode. But I hope you guys enjoy this series. Let me know your thoughts down below. And until the end, I guess, I'll catch you guys at the end. But I hope you guys enjoy the episode. And let's just jump right in. Task force for... I do want to do, I want to do this in chains, right? Because, this is just taking too long to get these guys up here. We're losing more men. We're losing more supply. We need to get more men here more quickly. We've almost lost 700 troops. So in my mind, what I'd like to do is I'd like to... Oh, by the way, these just can unload. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get two task forces running sort of a more continuous string, because it's kind of a long route to go. Dave Play ZTTV, thank you very much for the follow. Let's go ahead and unload these guys. And then we're just going to send these guys directly back to New Hebrides. Hopefully a straight route is safe. But you can see we unloaded some additional engineers. So 100 fuel, 100 engineers. We need 200 of each to get this to a level 2 airfield, by the way. Dang it, you have to go? Oh, sorry, man. The San Diego and dry dock. San Diego's been repaired, I think. Well, let me double check. Yeah, San Diego has 3 more days till she's repaired. So we've got 33 command points. Can I form a new task force here? What can I do with 33 points? The porter's 6, so I guess we could get maybe 2 porters. So that'll be 12, so 2 destroyers of the porter class. And then we could go with the county class. No, those are 22. What are the cheapest heavy cruisers? Probably the Pensacola's. Those are 22 also. Well, fuck. I can't bombard without a heavy cruiser. So we could just do 2 destroyers and a heavy cruiser. That'd be kind of a weak bombardment. I don't know if it's enough to reduce the airfield, but we can try. So we'll do 2 destroyers and then a Pensacola. And then we can load the destroyers with 250 troops each. Although we're going to have to figure out a way to get some supply to this base. And the Pensacola, unfortunately, can't carry anything. So we'll get these guys headed up here. So we'll have an additional 500 troops on the way. Task Force 5 is the real heavy hitter with the 3 heavies and the 3 lights. Might be better to structure our formations a little bit different. Are links allowed? I think, Blood. What are you trying to share a link for? Okay. Alright, so enemy float plane just spotted Task Force 5. Fuck. New error. We've been spotted. We're going to zigzag like mad, but if that's for a sub, I'm less worried than if it's for, the island. Shit. Well, we're going to get some air attacks. I don't know if those Wildcats are close enough to participate. But we're going to have a battle. My understanding is ships with troops on them, no Wildcats, ships with troops in them are much less effective at damage control. Circular formation should help with flak against the main ships in the line, but really the troops are on all the ships on the exterior of the formation. So I guess we're going to see how this plays out. This is the largest formation I've ever played with here in the game. Oh wait, actually pause. We need to turn our radars on. I wish there was a way to turn everybody's radars on. Be like in, what was that movie with Denzel Washington and the tanks and the Persian Gulf War? Rules of Engagement? No. Where he was like, everybody turn on your lights to prevent friendly fire, which seems like a real great way to get all your tanks blown up, but Courage Under Fire, that's it. Is there an option for everybody to turn on the radar in the orders? Oh, this one, right here, combat. Okay, that makes sense. In any event, we've turned them all on. All right, so we're opening up on this poor enemy aircraft here. She's getting a good deal of flak around her from 3 Atlantas, presumably. Hey, maybe you shouldn't turn back toward that formation. That's asking to die. No, the battleship was not lost. She was damaged. We pulled her back. She was repaired, but I just haven't deployed her to the... I haven't purchased her again. I purchased cruisers instead. By the way, does anybody know in this game if, do you get more command points ever? Or is it, like, do you have to sink enemy ships to get more command points? Or can you get more command points just over time? I know you resupply over time. But do you get more command points also? When you get new supply, or is it just supply that you get? Oh god, that's like a kamikaze right there. No! Did he hit the ship? Oh, whew. Whew. I think it did collide with it. I just don't think I don't know if the game models kamikaze damage. Just gonna jump in here real quick. The game actually does model damage when planes collide with ships, but I guess they have really poor penetration, so depending on the situation, they may not do very much damage. But it does model damaging ships via air collisions. Lieutenant Rainbow Slash actually did some intentional... He was able to sort of gimmick it into some intentional kamikaze attacks and got some success there. All right, so where are these enemy aircraft? They should be like right on top of us. Zeros, zeros, zeros. So the good news is I don't see any dive bombers. So even if they strafe us, they probably just heard a destroyer or something. Not yet, Devontia. Are they just going to fly over our ships again? No one's going to attack? Is this like some bug we're running into where the enemy aircraft won't strafe us? So this is a formation of 4. This is a formation of 4. These guys are at least coming in low, so I'm going to guess these guys will strafe. I love the flak poofs. They can't just be gonna fly real low over the formation and do nothing, right? By the way, you can see the Atlantas are firing off their dual-purpose 5s down there. They're really just gonna fly low. They're not gonna... No, they're strafing. They're strafing the lead, the heavy cruiser. Well, she just crashed. So pretty sure we wiped that formation out. Meanwhile, these fighters, I think, are just going to pass us by. So I wonder if it's based on altitude settings. Oh, look at all that. These, like, some of these scenes where you see all that flak there all exploding at once, that is frickin' awesome. 10. 10 is what makes it. Oh, that's gorgeous. Thank you, Lake. Thank you. Now we get the full cinematic glory. Way better for thumbnails, too. F10, by the way. I get an achievement for what? I don't know the last warship, but it is. I have to wait 3 minutes because those aircraft, I didn't shoot down every last fighter. Come on. The only bad news is he now knows we have a task force here, so he could move to intercept, which could pose a problem. Wish I knew how to do this thing on when I was attacking the Yamato with my torpedo bombers. No, it wasn't an achievement SEO. I was taking a screenshot. Sorry. Can you see that? Oh, you do see that pop up. I thought because it was window capture, it wouldn't show in game. I've been taking quite a few of those, so sorry if that's annoying, guys. I used a screenshot of a B-17 for the video that went up on YouTube today, and it looked. I think it looked gorgeous, but that's just me. I had a screenshot of a B-17 mid-bomb drop in formation, so we had like the two B-17s in the front of the formation that you could see in sort of the foreground. The background, and then in the foreground you had 117, and then you could see two 2,000-pounders stacked up coming out. I need to get better at thumbnails. I need lessons from Charcoal here in chat. You like the sub thumbnail? Well, that was actually one of the stock thumbnails they provided in like their when you looked at the gameplay on Twitch or on Steam and you go through their screenshots. That was one of the screenshots the developers provided. So one would hope it would be better than my own. By the way, do those stream elements notifications come up too frequently? I feel like I see it. It should be like every 20, 30 minutes. I feel like that's not too frequent, but it sure seems to come up kind of a lot. I don't mean it to be spammy. Come on, another 40 seconds. I don't know why I say charcoal coffee. I think I was referring to you with regards to the thumbnails, but... Thanks, Ivan. Good to know. Well, let me know if they get in the way. It's mostly just there to, like, if you guys don't know, I have a Discord. If there's someone new watching and they want to check the Discord out, and then, in theory, if anyone wanted, like, a butcher mug, which I think they're cool mugs, but I'm not trying to hawk my shit. All right, so let's get this going here. We've got our fighters coming out to support. I think we just need to kind of provide cap over here. I mean, it is like broad daylight, so these guys aren't going to be able to stay forever. I'm a little bit worried he's going to send a dive bomber force. So let's do this for these guys. Let's move up to the left. I'm hoping they won't find me if I take a more northerly route. That's 10 hours. Won't be dark yet. 11 hours, not quite. 12 hours should be good. All right, we've got 192 more nautical miles for these guys before they've got to return to base. So that'll probably be like an hour of flight time. The USS Iowa was launched. All right. No cruisers were. Oh boy. Dive bombers. Dive bomber! Enemy dive bomber! Well, hopefully we at least destroyed their screening fighters. All right, read all units. No. Why does it say ceasing radar emissions? I'm telling them to initiate radar emissions. It always seems to say ceasing, by the way. Weapons free, weapons free. Someone, I need a, you know what I need, you guys, is I need a klaxon sound effect. It'd be annoying as fuck, but I need a klaxon sound effect. So every time we go into one of these battles, I can just like hit a button and then you just hear this annoying like, general quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Like, I hit the radar button and it said it was ceasing radar transmissions. I'm really hoping that the enemy fighters start a little bit further away. Alright, enemy aircraft. See, this is dumb. I've got radar on these goddamn aircraft. They should start further. They should start closer. I'm never going to be able to get here to intercept these enemy dive bombers before they drop. Hey, look, they're already on the formation and in flak range. Alright, I've issued all the orders I need to issue, I think, at this point. I guess it's time to watch the show. It looks like one formation of dive bombers that we've spotted. There's a second formation out behind them. So 4 dive bombers here. Another 4 here. So we're looking at 8 potential bombers. They should have some sort of rule. If you've got a fighter screen, you've got a good chance to, you know, intercept them before whatever. Come on, Flak, do your work. You can see him taking damage. The question is, where are they going to go? Alright, one of them's going down without dropping its bomb. 2 more going down without dropping their bombs. The fighters came in here, did some damage. Alright. First formation's gone. Please don't crash into my ship. Is that modeled? It is not. Alright, let's pause for a second. So the next enemy formation's going in. Our fighters appear to be all over something. Yeah, they're engaging enemies. What are they shooting at? Where is the enemy aircraft? Well, there's 2 more crashing down here. So I'm guessing these 2 enemy bombers are all that's left. You can see one of them is... Okay. So we've got 2 aircraft still coming in, trying to get their bombs off target. Fighters coming in behind them. Flak shooting everywhere. Those are brave fighters, by the way. Alright, they're all going down. Not a single enemy bomb made it into our formation. Hell yeah. think that's it, boys. Oh, shit. More enemy aircraft. These look like they're fighters, though. Alright, so our fighters are sweeping off north to engage. Eesh. Yeah, I don't know. That makes me nervous, especially if the enemy might get, like, Bettys or Nells. Just because we successfully fended off one attack. Also, at least 3 of those enemy bombers were shot down by our fighters. So, we're not going to be able to have fighters off Guadalcanal. Not effectively, anyway. Nah, Neuhauser, I don't want them to strafe a destroyer. They can still damage destroyers pretty badly if I just let them strafe. I don't want to do that. So we lost a Wildcat. They also lost one of these fighters. This is a different type of dogfight. I don't think we've seen a really low altitude fight like that, where they're coming in on the deck. Second Wildcat lost, second enemy 0 lost. So our fighters managed to get in on them before they were able to come in on the ships. That Wildcat's fucked. 2 zeros just blasting it, but so is this 0. Hey, they're gonna meet in the middle. Alright, so one enemy fighter left is... Oh, nope, it's gone. Bail out! Bail out! Alright, so that guy's gone. I think that's it. I think the entire enemy attack... No, there's still something left on map. I don't know what, but apparently there's still some enemy aircraft out here somewhere. No! Fucking A, there's an enemy sub around here? More torpedoes. God damn it. Because an air attack wasn't enough. Where are these torpedoes going? We're going to lose the Farragut. With 200 soldiers on board. Whatever. Just let me out of here. Those torpedoes are not headed toward us. They don't look like it anyway. Really have no desire to fight a ASW thing. Maybe I should, though. Just so we don't have to deal with it again in a few minutes. I'm never going to pick these guys up going 24 knots, though. It was the moment he knew that he fucked up. Well, at least it's only a destroyer. Sorry, Marines. It's not a Fletcher, the last warship, at least. That enemy torpedo hit our destroyer, and I took that personally. And I took that personally. Insert Michael Jordan meme. I was zigzagging like a motherfucker. Good night, Godspeed, and good luck, boys. Bring those Marines home. Make sure we didn't die in vain. USS Farragut, signing off. Poor Marines going under with the destroyer. They thought they were safe. They thought they obliterated the enemy air attack. They were wrong. Well, not about the air attack being obliterated. So Farragut is not technically gone. 12 enemy aircraft attacked, 12 were sunk, or shot down. The Farragut suffered heavy damage. We'll see if we can get her out. Why is there seawater in my meal? Alright. We're going to get attacked again by enemy aircraft. So we detected an enemy sub. This is probably the one that was in the battle against us. We'll continue to zigzag. Another encounter? Fucking A. Hey, Dino Riley and B Bobs. I mean, at this rate, maybe it's just better to sprint in broad daylight, honestly. Alright. Begin. Okay, so what I want all ships to do, crank it up to flank to hopefully throw off the enemy torpedoes. Sonar's not going to do jack shit. So why does it say cease? See, that's what I'm confused here. Well, it could be a surface task force, Newhauser. We don't know for sure it's a sub. Remember when I tried to zigzag in that surface battle? That was not the brightest. That's weird. That's really weird. You have to turn it on down here, then turn it on here. I mean, it doesn't look like these guys are active yet. These things are still not lit up. I'm banking switching to flank speed will throw the enemy torpedo solution off. That's what another person recommended on YouTube. It was immediately going to flank. What the fuck? Okay, give me a break, you guys. It was less than 5 seconds after going into the battle, and the enemy's already torpedoed us. But, like, they spawn inside the formation. That's just, ugh, it's maddening. I guess they're trying, I guess I get that equalizer, but it's just, I don't know. Where the fuck did those torpedoes come from? Every one of our cruisers is going to take a miracle spread. By the way, I don't buy for a second that situation with that enemy submarine. I don't buy it for a second. It's like behind our sub and yet or our cruisers, and yet somehow it's like, oh, it miraculously hit both cruisers with like this absurd angled spread. Alright, we're going to have to... Moderate damage on the Minneapolis. We're probably sending her home. Moderate damage on the New Orleans. I'll probably be sending both of these heavy cruisers home and going in with one heavy cruiser. The good news is those cruisers don't have troops on them. Also, the enemy's at 200 feet, like, seconds after firing torpedoes. How did that happen again? Alright, depth charges, you're going to roll 5, 8 seconds apart. I want you both to roll 5, 8 seconds apart. I'm just going to flank speed it in now, guys. I don't want to... I really don't want to take the risk of... I guess I'd rather deal with air attacks with these 3 light cruisers than I would enemy submarines. At least I can counter the air. Depth charges in the water, boys. Psh. She's at 262 feet. Depth charge is way off to the stern. This one's kind of close. Don't really see a lot of damage from that. That seemed like kind of an inaccurate depth charging. The good news is we've got multiple destroyers in on it. What's the Astoria doing? The one heavy cruiser that's not hurt? Oh, she's technically still in formation? No, I don't know. Oakland is colliding with a destroyer. Minor damage here, some flooding due to a collision with one of our destroyers. That's great. And apparently the 2 heavy cruisers that got torpedoed decided they were going to dock, and now one of them has heavy damage. God damn it. I can't micromanage all this bullshit. More depth charges going down. Looks like they're blowing their ballast tanks. So apparently they took more damage than I thought. Seems like they're coming to the surface. Or maybe they're just changing depth? I can't tell. Now it seems like they're leveling out a bit. No, she's coming up. You can see the depth is coming up. She's coming up, sir. Omicron Delta Z, thanks for the follow. No, it's a B1, whatever it is. She's up to 87 feet. I'm gonna do something here. Pause. HE. Manual shoot. Fire. Point your guns that way, guys. Alright, we're hitting her amidships. Look like she's going to get rammed. She's taking hits directly. Nope, we went right by her. Also, apparently still dropped depth charges, because that's smart. But she's sinking. She's going right back below the waves. You can see her stern is yeah, just throw depth charges down. Make sure to kill her with depth charges on the surface. Well, if she didn't die there, she sure died on that depth charge run. Keep hitting them, boys. She just exploded, I'm pretty sure. Guys, wrong neighborhood. Alright, let's get out of here. So, just to confirm, which ships are hurt? The New Orleans and the Minneapolis. We're going to pull both those heavy cruisers back and send the rest of the ships in. Another enemy sub sunk, however. So let's do this. The New Orleans and the Minneapolis split. Hopefully they don't run into any subs on their way home. Meanwhile, Task Force 7... Fuck it, just go straight in. Let's hope those Atlantas keep you safe, because it's going to be midday when you get in there. Enemy fighters going after our destroyer, the Farragut. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I got very frustrated when we got hit by that torpedo spread. That was a little bit much. Like, the enemy was in our formation and fired a perfect spread with crazy angles on the gyro. That was... I got a little bit frustrated. I do understand the idea of throwing you into a battle when an enemy sub is there that you didn't detect previously and they get a surprise strike on your formation, but sometimes some of that looks a little bit like... So you're in a circular formation that should prevent you from that happening, and then if they were to fire a spread and hit one cruiser, okay, fine. But to hit 3, or well, I guess technically 2, but almost hit 3, on the angle that they fired those torpedoes, that seems like a little bit much. But anyway, that's just my view. Hope you guys did enjoy the series. Flak walls from the Atlantas, that was awesome to see. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer, as always, saying thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.